playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They go play action with Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On third down, Mayfield. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Dobbins again on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the
touchdown. Mark Andrews from 3 yards out. And the Ravens will strike first here, this wild card matchup.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Dobbins, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. One more time with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Mayfield now from the 50. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They go play action. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Demetric Felton there to make the grab. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They may have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Flushed out right.
First down and more for Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Fights through him, escapes the defender. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 36 yards. And the Browns on one play have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
That wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Mayfield off the play fake.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Mayfield with it once more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's able to find Wallace. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had great action yesterday, and this, the first of 3 more games coming at you here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And you can see the result there. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it, or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On second and very short, Mayfield.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
68 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
2nd and 5.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
You have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching that defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A 10-play drive that time. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Dobbins. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson going to take this himself. First down and more for Jackson. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he gets it down to the 32. 49 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 14. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down in the yard.
Well, every now and and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to bring big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the market.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Trucks over it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play fake. Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And running with power here. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Mayfield to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to let. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 40 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Bulldozes past him, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Oh, he sheds himself free. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together.
Touchdown! Mark Andrews from 3 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Mayfield. Pass caught by Hooper.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Mayfield. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jackson to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you get deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level of what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
2nd down at 5.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they take a knee. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.